Filipino culture is largely a fusion of the indigenous traditions of the Philippines, with Spanish and American cultures mixed all together. They have an interesting lifestyle. Some things that are ordinary for them look very different to us. They use these old Jeeps for public transportation called jitneys. Actually, these vehicles were left by the Americans in 1946 when they were leaving the country. The cost of taking these vehicles would prove to be too expensive, so they left them behind. Today in the Philippines, they're still using replicas of these very same vehicles. Of course, the Filipinos made some modifications on them, and they decorated them. You'll see many of these vehicles wherever you go in the Philippines. They're the cheapest form of public transportation they have, and by far the most colorful. The jitneys are an essential part of daily Filipino life here in Manila. You can see decorated vehicles like these only in the Philippines. It became a part of their culture and is now considered common transportation. Although the shells of these jitneys are based on post-World War II Jeeps, the engines are imported from Japan or Korea. They import old, used engines from those countries. But don't think that they're cheap vehicles based on their looks. According to Filipino standards, they're quite costly. After watching these vehicles, we wanted to experience one for ourselves. This is like the multicultural vehicle of this country. As you can see, this is how the average Filipino sits and travels around here. Since the majority of the people are inspired by religion, you can see many religious depictions on the vehicles.
Are you happy with your life here? Everything is fine.
They start working at 6 a.m. and don't stop until about 8 p.m. And when I asked them how much they're making in a day, he said between 1,000 and 1,200 pesos, which is equal to about $25 a day. This is how much they're making after working so hard. As we mentioned before, this is the cheapest form of public transportation you can find here.
Right. Hi. How is it going? Everything is fine? How much money do you earn?
Each vehicle makes approximately 10 round trips a day, and each time they make about 120 pesos. For a short stop, they'll have to charge 4 pesos. If there's no seat available, you'll have to stand, but you'll only have to pay half fare. Because there are too many of these type of vehicles in the city, they tend to cause traffic jams which can last for hours, very much like the one we're in right now. Although these vehicles may be infamous for causing traffic jams, they're very good for the mountainous areas, as they're very well built. The inner-city buses in Manila work differently. On the same route, there are 3 different buses, and fares are different for each one. Sounds strange, right? Same route, different prices. Well, there are 3 types of buses here: without air conditioning, with air conditioning, and with air conditioning and video. That's why fares are different according to which bus you get on. If you have more money, you get on the luxurious one and watch a video during your trip. If you don't have enough money to get on the luxurious bus like this one, then your only choice is to get on an old bus without windows. These are the buses used for traveling in the inner cities. To be able to understand which one has video or air conditioning, you have to read the sign in the front window. It's not difficult to realize which one's the cheapest bus, with no air conditioning or video. When you look at the windows, you can tell easily.